I created an entire Sims 4 save file for Newcrest. This save file is base game friendly. As you can see, I have absolutely no worlds unlocked, and that's because I deactivated every single Sims 4 pack when building this. It's also console friendly. It's going to be a lot harder to download on console and it will take more time, but it is console friendly. And I know some people might be wondering, how do you download and install a save file? How on earth can I do it on console? I am going to show you near the end of the video, so make sure you stick around and I'm going to give you the full instructions. So this save file for Newcrest is particularly for people who either know how to build or don't know how to build and want to get into building. Every single lot here is an incomplete house. It's not like shell challenges, like every room is a different color, every room's different budget. Like it's not like that. It's not a build challenge save. It's actual functional houses. It's a full-on neighborhood with different kinds of lots that you can use, but you have to build it up. Some lots are easy, other lots are harder to build, and there's a huge variety of different things to choose from. I'm really excited to share it with you. We're going to go into Comfy Cubby, this top lot here, and if you look at the bottom left info panel, it will tell you what to do. So this is a modern tiny home. You have to furnish the interior and exterior, and it's very easy. Every single build type here goes from very easy to medium to hard to very hard. So there's 5 different levels. So as I said, for Comfy Cubby, you just have to finish off the interior and exterior. So as you can see, the build is basically done. I've completely done the build itself. I've done the roof. I've done some very basic decoration in order to give you a very good head start. In terms of the inside, the kitchen itself has been done. Obviously, this is a bathroom that's not been done. And then you've got the garden to do as well. So this is basically the very easy build challenge that you have to do for this one, which I feel like is a good start. Next up, we've got Oak Alcove. This one, it says, is a small modern home. Complete the shell, finish and decorate the interior and exterior within a 20k starter budget. Very easy. So I wanted to make sure there's at least one starter home in all of your builds. So this is an extremely easy shell to do. It's not finished like this one, so you will have to do the windows and the doors, but this is a very simple box shape house, and because it's modern, it's really difficult to go wrong in terms of window placement and things. That's why I wanted to make this starter the modern one, because you can just make it a square and it's fine. Right next to those 2 lots, I have made a gym, and again, I've basically done the outside shell of the gym. So the exterior is like 80% done. You've just got to decorate it. For example, you could pop some trees and things in here. You can put some benches in the middle. If you own City Living, you could put a basketball court outside. If you don't, you could just do a swimming pool. It's up to you. And then for the inside, it's completely empty. So for this one, the outside's done, but the inside itself needs doing. There's also an underground swimming pool area in here too. And of course, by the way, with these builds, like as I said, it's not some kind of shell challenge like, oh, I must stick within the rules. Like you can change it if you don't like the build. You can change it up in any way you like. This is more so just to give you a head start if you don't like the idea of constantly building everything yourself, but you kind of like it to be 70% done, so you could only have to do like the 30% at the end, and you can just enjoy it without the stress of the architectural design. This next one is a much larger modern home, and I've done the whole shell inside, and I've done a very basic exterior here too. And then on the inside, I have done the floor plan. So I've labeled this one as a medium challenge because the interior floor plan is basically done. And then the final lot in this more modern neighborhood here is this library. It's a very modern looking library to fit the vibe. So again, the outside has been, I guess, like 70% done. There's still a lot of decoration to be doing. You can see there's 2 little garden patches here where you could put some really interesting things there, and it kind of looks a little bit bland around here. We definitely need some benches. Maybe you could cut some of this and add some trees in, but the actual fundamental build itself here is done. Looking at the inside, this one is a totally empty shell, so you're gonna have to completely renovate this library. I label this one as a hard challenge, even though I did the shell. It's quite a big lot, I feel like, and it might be quite difficult to decorate, so I'm sure you'll have some fun with this one. Next up, we're going to look at the neighborhood on the right hand side, and I've added a few more community lots here. This one was a really fun one for me to make. This is a park. As you can see, I filled areas with terrain paint to signify where certain things should go, but left it relatively empty. So where it's brown like this, obviously you want to put some plants and things and some trees. In this huge brown bit, I suppose maybe you could do like, honestly, like a full-on forest in here. It's up to you. And then line it with bushes all around the outside. And then I made a little alcove here where you could have a bench, or you know those food stalls that come in some packs, you could put one of those here, or you could put an outside bar, lots of different things. This is obviously a kids play park that you would put in here. And then here I've tried to make this kind of look like a sports court, so depending on which packs you own, you could basically just add some outdoor activities. Even if you don't own like any sporty packs, you could just put some planter boxes in here with a telescope. So your options really are open in terms of what you want to do. And then I've added this house here. Well, it's not a house, you know what I mean? You could basically do anything in this. If you owned high school years or Discover University, you know, like that canteen bar thing, like you could put that in here. There are so many different options that you could do. And feel free, by the way, to completely change the lot type. This is a park, but if you own the Get Together pack, for example, you could turn it into a cafe lot type and then just turn this into a cafe. It's completely up to you in terms of what you actually do with it. This middle area here, guys, okay, I may or may not have specifically made it so this fountain here will exactly fit in the middle, but again, it's up to you. Next up on the cookout lookout lot, I have added a wedding chapel because you need a place to get married in The Sims 4, even though getting married is very glitchy. We also need a place for our dead Sims. So hopefully you'll be killing no more than 9 Sims in a singular save. Otherwise, you're gonna have to find a place to put some more graves in here. Again, I've done the same thing with the terrain. So obviously, like, you could put a little bench in this area in the middle. In the soil spots, you want to put some plants to make it look really pretty. In terms of the inside of this build, so as you can see, the exterior's done, but in the middle itself, it's also been like almost done. So this one's been labeled as an easy challenge. So you basically just have to add in here what you think should go in. Most of these lots have minimal to no furnishing because obviously everyone owns different packs. So like for me, like maybe you want to put some benches here, just some regular, literally outdoor benches, and pretend that they're wedding seats. So even just by adding these 4 chairs and maybe some more at the back here, it's basically functional. So you'll need to add some lighting up in here and then add some decorations, and then you've got a wedding venue. Next up, I feel like these 2 houses, like the way they are, they're giving not back rooms. What's like that version of the back rooms where they've got like houses like this? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I built a pathway going up here, and we've actually got 2 houses here. This one is an easy challenge, I believe I labeled it as. So for one of them, the actual roof has been done, the other one has not been done, and you've got basically 2 little houses in one. I've done the staircases in a lot of the builds already, actually, and the floor plan has obviously been done in both of these 2. They don't look exactly the same, they are different, and they've got very small little gardens. So I thought that one was a really, really fun one to make. And if you do own the For Rent pack, you can actually change the lot type to a residential rental. So you can technically have 2 different families live here at the same time. If you don't, you can still obviously use it. I've told you guys before, if you're a builder, like For Rent is a good pack. Like the gameplay is wank, but the actual build mode itself is fun with For Rent. So I definitely recommend it if you want to get into building itself and not gameplay. But without it, you can still make this work. You can just have 2 separate households live here. You could have relatives live side by side. You could have like a family and then the grandparents in the other house, or you could even use MC Command Center or something to make them very separate. It's entirely up to you. If you own Discover University, I believe you can ask a roommate to live with you, but lock your door so the roommate can't go in. So technically this whole house is a roommate. It's like there's loads of different ways you can go about it. The next slot here is a bar. Now, if you own the Dine Out pack, I recommend that you actually convert this one into a restaurant, and I have written that in the description in the bottom left info panel, so it's all there. So you could either make this one a bar or a restaurant, or if you own a Get to Work, you can turn it into a bakery. There's different options that you can do. Now, I know a lot of people find roofing difficult, so this weird section of roof here, okay, I knew some people would struggle with it, so I've actually made a roof. If you're curious, I've used these 2 pieces here, and then you just kind of slot them in together and it converts into the roof. But I know a lot of people find roofs hard, so I did do that bit there, and I've done like very basics to show you an idea idea, but obviously you got to finish the roof, and I've made the ceiling open so you don't have to bother with an upstairs. So we've got a basic plan here. So if you're making it a bar, these two would be toilets, then maybe you could open this bit out and turn it into the actual like long bar area where the long bar goes in here. If you own the dine out pack, then you might want to put the kitchen in there and then put seats and tables everywhere else. Obviously the door would go here, put seats outside, and then down here you could do a little kids play area if kids come along, or make it a romantic little, I don't know, romantic spot. Is completely up to you. The final lot in this area is a very large house. So I've completely done the shell and I've completely done the roof. In terms of the rest of it though, this is entirely up to you. I had a lot of fun building this shell actually. You guys, like, I feel like you guys have to say SatchOnSims can't build. Excuse me, what is this? Yes, I can build. So in this one as well, I've actually done basically the entire floor plan. Obviously you can change it. It's not like a challenge, it's more of a guide, so you can change this yourself. But I planned it so like we've got the conservatory here, we could have a kitchen and a dining room, and then a big open hallway, and then a living room and another living room or whatever. Then upstairs it's very clear, like there's a weirdly shaped bedroom here, there's a smaller bedroom, a bathroom, and another bedroom. So it's all been planned out, guys, so it's a lot easier. As I said, I really wanted to make this save file just something that you could jump straight into, and it's kind of intuitive. That was the plan anyway. I wanted to make it feel as intuitive as possible, so you've got a guide in terms of knowing what you're doing, but the actual meat of it is up to you. It's just I've made the path there a lot easier. This is why I say this save file is really good, even if, okay, you're not great at building. The way this has been designed, this build is like so obvious. It's really not that hard to just add some, you know, like these columns here, make them like a brick swatch, and then these side bits, I guess you could use some siding like this if you wanted to. Like there's loads of different options. There's not like one specific way about going about something like this. This is why I thought it'd be just really fun to make it like this for you guys. So even though the shells are all the same, everybody's build I feel like will be a bit different because you'll be editing them differently in some way. And for every single build I made sure there was a mailbox and a bin outside because everybody forgets, including myself. Moving on to the bottom left neighborhood, this one's a lot harder because it's a bit more bougie. We'll look at this top one, asphalt abode, and the description is large family home shall decorate the interior easy. So for this one, I've done the entire exterior of the build, including all of the doors and windows, and the front garden. I've decorated it, and guys, you guys know I love lavender, save the bees and all that. And then the back garden as well is minimally done. And then in terms of the inside, we have a whole shell here. So I've done a basic kitchen layout so you could see like how a kitchen would work. And then we've got a main living room here. This could be some kind of utility closet, or if you own laundry day, you could put a washing machine in there. It's up to you. And then this side here, we've got the main entrance, and then you could have a bathroom here, and then this could be an office. And then upstairs, we've got, wow, loads of different rooms. So we've got one for a bathroom, 3 smaller rooms, and a larger main bedroom. So again, I tried to keep it really intuitive in terms of the design. This one was really fun to make, actually. I really enjoyed doing this one. So this next build here is a lot harder. So this is like a bare minimum shell for you to work with. You've got to do the whole roof for this one. I tried to make sure it wasn't like too difficult. Like it's literally so obvious, guys. Like you put one of these gabled roofs down the middle, and then like you could just put another gabled roof here. You could put another one here. You could put another one all the way across here, and then all around this back section, you could put one of these all the way around a half-hipped roof, apparently it's called, and then copy that one around and stretch it across here, and then copy that bit across here, and then copy that bit across here. And then this bit, you could put one of these like half, whatever they're called, roofs, half gabled roof down here. Like that was super easy to do. So if I can do it, you guys can do it too. It literally took me like 20 seconds to do all this. So it's good practice. Even if you can't do roofs, as I said, I try to make it feel quite intuitive. And then for this one on the interior, it's got no floor plan and obviously no doors and windows. So that's why this one is considered to be hard, whereas this one is considered to be be easy. And of course, the whole back garden has not been done at all. Next up, we have a park here. I actually made this shell about a month ago for another video I made called Build Ideas for The Sims 4 or something. So this is similar to the other park where you've got the terrain, which is kind of like a floor plan, you might say. And then we've got all these different sections. So we've got a huge pond here with dirt where you can place trees and things. There's a cobbled bit here where you can place benches. And then this is obviously for a fountain, guys. And then, you know, you put some more cute benches here or something. And then something in this middle area here where they can walk through, and this big bit here. I don't know what you could do here. Maybe you could put an actual building with a cafe, or you could use again one of those vendor stalls. And then I've added a pavlova thingy here, paloga, whatever, so you can turn that into something pretty. There's so many different options, and again, I try to keep it quite intuitive. Next up, we have this one here. This was a fun one for me to make, actually. It's kind of like a small mansion, you might say. I wanted to make this one asymmetrical, so as you can see, it looks a little bit wonky, which may piss some people off. I don't care, I like it that way. Nothing wrong with a wonky one, absolutely not. Sometimes wonky's better if it bends in the right way. Anyway, for this one, it's pretty obvious in terms of like how to decorate it. Again, I put pillars and things, and like the roof has literally been done for you. You can make a nice grand entrance with you could put some fountains in the front garden. It's up to you. And then for the inside, I've actually done the floor plans, so we've basically got it almost symmetrical. So you could maybe put on the left here a dining room, on the right a living room, on the left at the top a bathroom, a kitchen, sorry, not a bathroom. And then in here you could put, I don't know, another living room. And I didn't even consider putting a downstairs bathroom, so you might actually want to think, oh, I know, I could just, you know, place a wall here and make a bathroom. And then for the upstairs, again, it's quite obvious. We've got a big room here, we've got another big room here, we've got two smaller rooms. One could be a small bedroom, another bathroom, and then this is like an extra sectional that leads off onto the balcony. Now for this one, I couldn't do an open balcony. I'll show you what I mean in terms of like the interior stairs. So if I would have put in a fence around here and then made this so it was an open balcony, you can see that the roof completely clips through. So this is why for a lot of the builds I've actually already done the stairs, because the roof will clip through if you try and do it any other way. So if you see stairs in a build like this, that's why. And then of course we've got a huge back garden where you can put a swimming pool, tons of things. And then for the last build in this area, we have this absolute monstrosity. This is our very big mansion that I built. So you can see it has a curved front, and then we've got some bits coming off the side. I believe this one's totally symmetrical. And then we've got the back done with a balcony down here and then an upper balcony up there. And I've added pillars, columns all around, although again, you can just change them up. For this one, I've done absolutely nothing on the inside. So good luck trying to sort this one out. I feel like it would be easier than you think. You've just got to add a lot of rooms. Although again, if you own like a pack like for rent, okay, you could convert this into like some kind of large home where you've got like the servants quarter and everything. Like you can be very creative, but this one, I feel like it's too big for the lot, but I really want to do a huge one. For the back, you're kind of limited with a garden. I mean, you might want to completely remove this hedge fence here and have it just leading on to the back. Or, you know what, I suppose like on one side, you can add a swimming pool just like this somewhere here. And then on the other side, you can add like a barbecue or something. There is room, definitely. So your options really are open with this one. This one was really fun for me to make. And for this one, the way it's designed, actually, roofs should not be clipping through. So you probably can actually make an open balcony. Shall we see if it works? If we do it, there we go. We can have a nice open balcony just like this, and then the roof won't clip through. So there we go. It is possible with this one at the very least. Now, as I told you guys before, this one is totally console friendly, base game friendly. And if you're a PC player and you don't want to download my save file from the internet, then you can still use it by using the gallery. So these are the download instructions. There's going to be two versions. The first one is the one for console players and people who are technophobic. Okay, this first one is for you. I have uploaded every single one of these lots on the gallery, and in order to make sure you guys find them easy, I've used hashtags. So all of the lots in my save file go by the default name of the lots in the neighborhood. So this specific lot we're on in Newcrest is called Fern Park. You can see in the top left. On the gallery, make sure you change item name to hashtag. And for the hashtag, simply enter the name of the lot followed by Satch. So this one is called Fern Park followed by Satch. And this is the full hashtag with no spaces. Click search and then you can see by SatchOnSims Fern Park, and I've literally just uploaded it, so you can download it very easily. Just to show you again, so this house here was built on the Optimist's Outlook lot you can see in the top here. So again, make sure you've got hashtag selected when looking on the gallery. Make sure you type in Optimist's Outlook and then just put Satch at the end. Oh, not Satchy, just Satch. Search it and then you can see my lot comes up here, and it has a description, as you can see, uploaded on the gallery. So when you add the lot into your world, if you go to the bottom left, you will be able to see in the info panel what to do and the difficulty level. If you're a console player and you have access to the gallery, then congratulations, you can download the save file. You'll just have to do every single lot one by one, which I guess takes longer, but it's not that deep. And even if you're, you're not on console, you're on PC or Mac, but you still really struggle with the concept of downloading and installing a save file, then you can do it this way too. In fact, to be honest, I recommend this way just because it's a lot easier in my personal opinion. So again, the name of the lot as a hashtag followed by Satch. Now, if you're wondering how to do it from the download link, if you're a PC player, this is a lot easier because obviously you just have to download it and then it's done. So on my downloads folder on my PC, you can see we've got the save file slot file, whatever it's called. So you right click on this, click the scissors, which is cut, then head over to your documents folder and then you double click on electronic arts, double click on the Sims 4, double click on saves, and then once you're in saves, all you have to do is right click and click this icon here which says paste, and then you load up the Sims 4 and then click on load here, and then you'll see SatchOnSims Newcrest build save. And again, because I've uninstalled every single pack from my game, you will not have any kind of error messages saying like, oh, you must install these packs. Like, you may have to restart your game once, but because I've deactivated every single pack, it should be fine. Guys, I'm really excited to see what you do with all of the builds in this save file. If you make anything with them, the best place to tag me in is on Instagram. I know a lot of simmers use Twitter. Like, Twitter's just like an incel cesspit. Like, I don't really use it. So the best way to show me your build is to DM me on Instagram or pull it on your stories and tag me. If you do, I'll try and like re-upload it on my Instagram story. Guys, like, I'm really excited to see what you will do with all of the builds here. It took me a very long time to make this, so if you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you click the like button and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more videos in the future. As well as this build save, I'm currently working on a renovation save where I renovate every single base game lot in every single world. If you haven't caught up with that series, make sure to check out the first video here where you can see everything. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.